What's good, everybody? It's the one who never takes a loss, Ice Cool Boss, your source for the Toronto Raptors. This is the first episode in a series of videos investigating the Raptors' success post-Kawhi. In the aftermath of Kawhi's departure, the Toronto Raptors are now making new signings to bolster the roster. The Toronto Raptors have signed Stanley Johnson to a 2-year, $7.5 million deal. But is Stanley Johnson any good? Can he help the Raptors win? For those of you who don't know, Stanley Johnson was the 8th overall pick in the 2015 NBA draft.
With the 8th pick in the 2015 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Stanley Johnson from the University of Arizona.
Coming out of college, the 6'7" forward had high expectations. Stanley was big, athletic, and had a solid skill set. The Detroit Pistons were hoping that they were getting the NBA's next two-way star. Thus far in Stanley Johnson's career, he hasn't quite lived up to the hype. Stanley Johnson averages a dismal, abysmal 7 points per game and 3 rebounds along with 1 assist on his entire career. Not eye-opening numbers by any stretch of the imagination. Stanley Johnson's strength is his on-ball defense.
An offensive foul is going to be charged to Leonard, his first in this 5-point game.
However, on the offensive end, he leaves much to be desired. He is a dismal, abysmal 29% shooter from 3 and a terribly inefficient 37% shooter from the field. His inability to shoot the ball at even an NBA average level will see him struggling to find minutes behind OG Anunoby. Stanley Johnson was traded from the Detroit Pistons for essentially a Thon Maker halfway through last season, and the New Orleans Pelicans didn't even extend him a qualifying offer at the end of the season. At the age of 23, Stanley Johnson could be on the last leg of his career, especially if he can't improve during his time with the Toronto Raptors. Masai and Bobby Webster are hoping that they can develop him like they did with Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. Stanley Johnson has the tools to be a great player, but it will be a challenge nonetheless. Stanley has played for trash organizations his whole career. First the Detroit Pistons, and briefly the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, as a member of the 2019 NBA champions, it is Stanley's chance to show the world that he is nothing to scoff at. I have a lot of faith in the Toronto Raptors player development team, and I think that they can turn Stanley Johnson's career around. Stanley Johnson did score 86 points in an OVO Bounce championship game, so he most certainly has the skills, but will they be enough to pay the bills? If the signing doesn't work out for the Raptors, at least it's a low-risk, high-reward move. The Toronto Raptors roster needed some new additions, especially after Kawhi's departure, and this could turn out to be a nice pickup for the Raptors if Stanley Johnson improves his shooting. The next season is still up in the air for the Raptors, but I definitely trust in Masai to make all the right moves in all the right places. If the signing doesn't work out for the Raptors, at least it's a low-risk, high-reward move. Enough about what I think. I want to know what you think about Stanley Johnson. Is he going to prove all of the haters wrong? Or will he crumble under the pressure of having to play for a good team? Let me know in the comment section down below. That's it for today's video. Take it easy. Like, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified when I provide new NBA content. See ya!